Breathing in and breathing out. And just notice how it feels to have that commitment for an hour practice together today. Just feel into that nice amount of time that you've dedicated to your practice, to your body, to the well-being of your mind, which also supports all those around you. Start to practice your ujjayi, ocean-sounding breath, inhaling in through the nose, creating an audible sound as you exhale, restricting the back of your throat. And that ujjayi breath really draws the breath from the belly all the way up into the upper chest and lungs. So this is a deep breath. A deep, audible breath. And if I were to offer this is the only posture for today, what might you do differently? How can you find a more comfortable seat? If this is all we were going to practice today, Sukhasana. Maybe you'd soften your shoulders a little bit more. Lean slightly back and try to find that nice optimal alignment through your spine. So sometimes we can tend to lean a little forward, looking into the future, or too far back, we're stuck in the past. Try to find that nice center point where you're present in this moment. About 5 more cycles of breath, finding that stillness, enjoying the stillness. And bringing your hands into Anjali Mudra, prayer position in front of your heart. And just start your practice today with an intention setting of your own. So something that resonates for you today. It could be something as simple as quieting your mind. It could be to bring your body into balance. Just set that intention really clear. Feel it in your breath, feel it in your bones. And then let your gaze bow down towards the earth, honoring yourself and honoring your intention for your practice today. As you inhale, go ahead and gather the arms up towards the sky. Reach up with your gaze, palms touch. Exhale, circle your wrists and lower your arms all the way back down. Let's do that a few times. Inhale, gather, lift up. Exhale, circle those wrists all the way down. Just really supporting these wrists that hold us in these postures like downward dog. Inhale up. Exhale, lower the arms down, circling those wrists. And one more time like that. Inhale, reach up, look up, palms touch, exhale. Arms come down, wrists circle, and then just allow your body weight to come forward. Walk your fingertips forward and bow forward on your mat. If you have a prop underneath of you, you can remove it now and feel those sits bones root down to the earth and rest your forehead towards the floor. Take 5 slow, deep breaths and just sway your body a little bit left and right. Good. On your next inhale, make your way all the way up. Bring your fingertips behind you. Climb up on your finger pads. Lift your chest and open your throat up towards the sky. Shoulders pull gently back and towards each other. Inhale, deep, fulfilling breath here. And then as you exhale, come forward into your tabletop position. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Start by swaying your hips left and right. And just allowing your spine to find a nice curvature side to side. And we'll move in a posture called Dancing Lion. So Dancing Lion, our hands come slightly beyond our shoulders, knees come a little wider, and we come forward to the left, to the right, and then rock it back towards your sits bones. So we're doing these deep hip circles, and you're inviting in the breath. So we inhale forward, exhale it back. Inhale forward, exhale it back. Do this a few more times. And if you have sensitive knees, don't be afraid to double up your mat or bring a blanket under your knees. And then go in the other direction. Come forward to the right, to the left, and reach those hips back. Just a few times like that. Just moving your body really consciously, really slowly. I like to imagine my body moving through water or honey. And that just helps me move in a really conscious, mindful way. Good. And then come forward this time. So come forward, lifting your chest slightly, and then rock back to child's pose, hips to heels, forehead to mat. Inhale, come forward, undulating your spine forward, maybe dropping the pelvis, lifting your chest, a little puppy or up dog, and then back to child's pose. Let's do this a few times. Inhale, come forward, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, rock it back. Good, 2 more times like that. Just pulsing through the spine. Feel each vertebrae moving individually on your mat. And then nice and slow, come all the way back into a neutral tabletop position. Hands come back underneath shoulders, knees under hips. And let's do a few cat and puppy tilts. Inhale, tuck your toes, lift your chest, open your throat, look up. Exhale, round your spine, push the earth away, untuck your toes. Again, inhale, tuck your toes, lift your heart, lift your gaze like a proud puppy. Exhale, cat stretch, push the earth away, empty out. Inhale, gather, lift up, lifting your gaze, looking up. Exhale, earthing through the hands and the knees, the shins and the feet. A few more times. These repetitive movements are purposeful, bringing you into a meditative state. Couple more rounds. Good, and then coming into a neutral spinal position. So in neutral, we're not arching the back in either direction. We're finding a toning in our belly center. So extend your left leg back behind you. Left leg reaches back. Then open the hip out to the side, bend the knee, and draw the knee towards navel. Lengthen the leg back, to the side, and in towards the midline. Inhale, back. Exhale, circle. Big hip circles here. Really focusing on that synovial fluid in your hip joint. Working that entire hip. And then let's go in the other direction. Knee to nose. Open the leg out to the right and circle it back. So now the knee pulls into chest. Open it out. And then lengthen it back. One more time like that. Good, and then lengthen the leg, left foot all the way out to the left side of your mat. Lengthen it nice and long. Now some of you can stay here and just come onto forearms. Others of you come back into a one-legged child's pose. So the one-legged child's pose can be challenging on the knee. So just be mindful of that. You can stay in the first variation, just extending the foot from the hip and stay on forearms. Otherwise, you're in that one-legged child's pose for 5 full cycles of breath. Inhale, climb all the way back up, bring that knee back in and sway hips side to side. Just a little shift in the pelvis. And let's do the same thing on the right leg. Extend the right leg long behind you, then circle the knee over to the elbow and inhale it back. Exhale, circle. Inhale it back. Exhale, circle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now let's move in the other direction. Knee to nose. Open the hip and circle it back. Knee to nose. Open the hip. Circle it back. 2 more times like that. Good, and then lengthen the leg, right foot out to the right. Now remember, you have options here, so go to the option that works for you. Either forearms to the mat, taking 5 full cycles of breath, or sliding your weight back over your over your left heel and rest here, one-legged child's pose for 5 breaths. Inhale, come up through tabletop, slide that knee back under, sway those hips left and right. And now that we've warmed up our lower body, let's go ahead and get into a bit of a flow. Tuck your toes and find downward facing dog. Pedal your heels out, let your hips sway from side to side, bending one knee and then the other. Letting those hamstrings have a nice reprieve, a little opening by bending your knees. And then look to the top of your mat and take a few steps all the way to the top of your mat. So take your time and then come to the top in Uttanasana, forward fold. Bend your knees slightly, grab opposite elbows, relax your head and neck, and sway side to side. So again, just warming up through our spine. Turn your head side to side. Give a little shake. Yes, yes, yes. Yoga, yoga, yoga. And no, no, no. No, no, no. And then relax your fingertips down. Bend your knees. And slowly ride your breath up. Take your time. If you tend to get lightheaded, I want you to go even slower. Once you reach the top, inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Again, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, sun breath. Nice and easy here. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, up. Bring your right hand to your right waist and reach up and over to the side. Taking 3 full cycles of breath. Deep arch in the spine. Imagine you have a giant beach ball on the right side of your body and you're lifting up and over that beach ball. And then inhale and climb back up. Exhale to the other side. Your fingers are an extension of your heart, so really radiate through your right fingertips here. Press your hips slightly over to the side, reaching through fingertips, tailbones dropping down. And then inhale, climb all the way back up, palms come to touch. Exhale, hands come down. We're gonna do a gentle hop. So this hop is more about a downward movement, and your arms are swinging really playfully. And I want you to feel this kind of energy of down, down. Let's just get our lymph system moving a little bit. Down, down. I learned this years ago from Rodney Yee, a really influential yoga teacher in the West. And I just loved it. I felt like it really energizes me, but it also grounds me into my body. That's it, Karen. Yes, let those arms swing. I can't see you, Ross, but I know you got it. That's it, Linda. Good, and then nice and slow, reach your arms all the way up. Climb up onto your tippy toes, high up on your tippy toes. Reach through your fingertips. Now stay on your tippy toes, reach your arms forward and bend your knees slightly. Coming into a chair pose with the toes pressing, heels lifted. 3 more breaths. Focus your gaze somewhere in front of you, your drishti, belly's toning here. Good job, you guys. 1 more breath. Exhale. As you inhale, rise up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, heels to the mat and bow forward. Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose, roll it forward into your plank. Now you can drop to your knees here, totally fine. Right hand, left shoulder. Lower it down. Left hand, right shoulder. And lower. Right hand, left shoulder. Now I want you to alternate nice and slow, side to side. Bringing those hands to the opposite shoulder. And remember, the knees can touch the earth here. But I want you to engage your core 1 more time on each side. Good, and then lower the knees to the earth, untuck your toes, and come all the way down to your belly. Inhale, cobra, lift your heart. Use some of your arm strength and a lot of back strength. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, gather, lift up. Exhale, lower down. 1 more time like that. Root down to your feet. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back, child's pose. I want you to wrap your arms around your legs and rest your forehead down for 5 breaths. On your next inhale, come forward into tabletop. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, nice and slow. Right leg lifts up. Right leg lifts up. Straighten the leg. Roll the hip open And then slowly bend the knee. 3 breaths. Now, nice and slow, come on your left tippy toes and step the right foot forward between the hands. Now, remember, the blocks can be really useful here, or books if you have them underneath your fingertips. Good. Inhale, round your spine, straighten the right leg. Exhale, lunge in, lift the heart, lift the chest. Again, inhale, round. Exhale, out through the mouth, come forward. Inhale, round, warming up the hamstring. Exhale, now lunge in and lower your back knee down. Untuck the toes, take a breath in. And straighten the right leg, half split as we bow. Inhale, come forward, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, rock it back. Toes pull towards shin. A couple more times like that. Just play in these repetitive movements today. Allow them to warm up your body. And I really want you to press your heel down into the mat as if you're going to drag it back towards the right hip. And then stay here in half split. And I want you to turn your toes a little bit left and right, like you were waving at the camera with your foot. And then bow your chin down to your chest and take a few more breaths. Preparing for our standing sequence. Inhale, come forward. Tuck your back toe under and lift your back kneecap off the floor. Separate your feet like you're on 2 train tracks and inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Straight away, bring your hands to your waist and bend your back knee deeply. Drop your tailbone down and feel your low belly tone here. So the low belly gets really strong here. And then maintain that connection and straighten your back leg. Press through your left heel and inhale, arms reach up. 3 breaths. Maybe look up if that feels sustainable for you. Otherwise, look forward or slightly down if you need more stability today. Good, now from here, open up, warrior 2. Right foot points forward, left foot parallel with the back edge of your mat. Reach through your fingertips. Good, now scoot the right buttock under. So on the right hip, I want you to scoot the right buttock under, press into your back heel vigorously, and reach through fingertips for another breath here. That's it, Deborah. Now reverse. Exalt your warrior. Reach your right arm up to the sun. One more breath. These are hip openers as well as leg strengtheners. Come forward to side angle. Bring your forearm to your thigh. Reach your left arm overhead and reach through your fingertips vigorously. Look up with your gaze. 3 breaths. Good. Now inhale, cartwheel the arms up to warrior 2. Stay in that right thigh. Now straighten the leg. Nice reprieve there. Turn your feet parallel to the side of your mat now. Bring your hands to your waist. Root down through the strength of your legs. Inhale, lift through the crown of your head. Exhale, tilting forward from the hips. Come all the way down. Tone your belly. You can separate your feet a little wider once you get down there. Relax your fingertips to the floor and press the crown of your head towards the earth. 5 breaths. One of my favorite postures next, wide-legged down dog. Come halfway up, walk your fingertips forward in front of you. And then bow the heart towards the earth. Lift your hips up and back. Take 3 full cycles of breath here. Really grounded posture here. Good. Slide your hands under your shoulders. Shorten your stance if you need to for stability. Hands to your waist. Now pull the head of your arm bones back so your scapula track together. And inhale, long spine, rise up. Exhale, turn your right toes forward. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Arms reach up. Shift your pelvis towards the back. Reach forward. And then lower right hand down and left arm up. Expansive posture here. The legs are rooting you simultaneously. The arms are stretching and reaching so the heart rises up towards the sky. Taking 3 full cycles of breath. Scooting that left buttock under again. Rotate and wrap the ribs open. Lean your torso slightly back. And then inhale, exalt. Keep the legs straight this time. And arc it slightly back for 3 breaths. Good. Now windmill the arms all the way down. Come into your lunge position over your right leg. Take an inhale. Step back, downward facing. Inhale, plank. Exhale, either knees to the earth or full chaturanga. Either up dog or your cobra or baby cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Pedal your heels out again. Let your hips sway from side to side. We'll repeat that on the other side in just a moment. First, walk your feet slowly, nice and slow. Just walk those toes all the way to the top of your mat. Exhale, sigh it out and fold. Inhale, round your spine, roll it all the way back up. Once you reach the top, arms reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. Notice how grounded you feel in your legs. Inhale, reach the arms up. Climb up onto your tippy toes. And then nice and slow, let's try that variation of Utkatasana chair pose again, bending your knees. You might shake a little bit here, that's okay. Feel your tailbone draw down to the earth and feel that core ignite. Breathe. Do the best you can. If those heels need to come down, then let them come down. Otherwise, you're holding, sustaining. Good, I'm shaking with you guys. On your next breath in, rise up, tippy toes, arms reach up. Exhale, heels to the earth, melt the heart, come down, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Keep the legs straight. Roll the hip open. Keep the legs straight for a breath. And then bend the knee. 3 breaths. Shoulders are square to the front of your mat. Lift up through that top leg. Strong core. 1 more breath. Now as you exhale, pull the knee to chest. Climb up on your back tippy toes and step the foot between the hands. Pausing with hands on either side of the foot. You can use blocks here or hooks. Inhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Exhale, lunge back in, lift your heart. You can also tap that back knee down if you need. Inhale, round. Exhale, forward. I want you to feel that expansiveness through your legs as you come forward. Inhale, round. And then nice expansive stretch through your hips. Good, 1 more time. And lower that back knee down. Take a deep breath in, lift your chest. Exhale, straighten out the left leg and bow. Inhale. Now, you can keep this movement going forward and back, but if you ever need or feel inclined to find stillness, please feel free to be still. You don't have to do every pulsation that's suggested. Some days my body really needs that stillness, or my mind. Good, and then pull those left toes back. I want you to anchor the foot in towards the earth and pull the left hip back. And then sway your toes side to side. Again, like you were waving or cleaning a mirror with your foot. Just rotating a little bit through the hip. Notice how connected the whole leg is into that hip socket. And then nice and slow, come back into that lunge, hands on either side of the foot. Tuck your back toes under. Now feet are on train tracks. Make sure you feel stable before you rise. And then inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to your waist. Bend your back knee deeply and feel that nice elongation through your sacrum. The tailbone is anchoring you down and the core is igniting here. So feel the strength, the hara, the nice power in your belly. And then maintain that power and straighten out your back leg. And then reach your arms up for 3 full cycles of breath. Reach through those fingertips. Keep pulling that left hip back. Maybe look up. Open up warrior 2. Lunging into front thigh. Get deep in your front thigh. 3 breaths. And on this side, I want you to scoot and rotate. So it's an external rotation of the thigh and the buttocks goes under. And then we reach through fingertips, press into the outer edge of your back foot for 1 more breath. And reverse. Exalted warrior for 3 breaths. And side angle for 3 more breaths. Reach the right arm over the ear and rotate through your spine. Good. On your next inhale, rise all the way back up, warrior 2. And slowly straighten out that front leg. Turn your feet parallel. Shift your hips a little side to side. Bring your hands to your waist. And then inhale, reach up through the crown of your head, ground down through the feet, and exhale, fold. This time I want you to bring your hands between your legs, palms face down, fingertips point away from you, and ground towards the earth with your skull. Relaxing the crown of your head to the earth and really energetically reach between those legs. So it's really tempting here to soften your belly, but I really can't encourage enough for you to engage your belly muscles here for 3 breaths. See if you can wake up your inner thighs by pressing into the ball of your big toe and the inner seam of your foot. Inhale, lift halfway, shine your heart forward. Maybe shorten your stance if you need, hands to your waist. This engages your core, shoulder blades pull together. Inhale, ride the breath all the way up, nice and slow, especially if you tend to get a little lightheaded. Turn those left toes forward towards the front. Reach through fingertips, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Reaching up through your right arm, stacking shoulders. Feel that left buttock scoot under and press into the sole of your back foot. And reach through your arms. Feel that line of energy from your right fingertips to your left. Opening through Anahata, the heart chakra. Lean your upper body slightly back. Trust yourself. Lean back. Inhale, reverse, keeping that leg straight. Left leg straight. Left arm reaches. And nice and slow, windmill those arms all the way down. Come into your lunge position. Take an inhale. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Nice and conscious. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. As you come back to your down dog, that belly has to tone again. Take 3 full cycles of breath in your down dog. Inhale, come forward into your plank. We're gonna move into those shoulder touches here again. So if you need to drop your knees, don't feel bad about it. Just take that option and go ahead. Right hand, left shoulder, left hand, right shoulder. Keep going side to side. You're gonna feel really strong and rooted after this class today. Capable, empowered. Couple more. Some of you might be asking, when is this over at this point? Not yet. Couple more, last 2. Last one, child's pose. I want you to wrap your arms around your legs and rest your forehead down. 5 breaths. Nice and slow, come forward onto forearms. Grab opposite elbows and place your hands on the earth. Dolphin pose, inhale, hips lift high, walk your feet in, and take 5 full cycles of breath. Opening up through the shoulders and strengthening your core. Press into those elbows, lifting your head away from the earth. Exhale, knees to the earth. Come up to sit on your knees in Virasana. So if this is comfortable, you can stay on your knees. If you have sensitive knees, you can sit cross-legged here. We'll just do a little bit of spinal opening. So as you exhale, drip your chin down to your chest, and then inhale, roll your body up like a wave. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, scoot down, rising up. I like to think of a dolphin here, rising up out of the waters, scooting down. This brings us into a little bit more of a yin calming practice, rather than the power of the yang that we just moved through. Good, one more time like that. Inhaling, scooping down. Exhaling, rounding your spine. Now rock it back slightly. Pull your navel up and in. Round your back and take a nice deep breath in. Good, and then come back to neutral. Right shoulder up, back, and down. Left shoulder up, back, and down. Rotating through one side and then the other. Just a little bit of movement here. And if it feels good for you, you can take one last vinyasa. So this is an optional vinyasa. If not, take child's pose and rest for a few breaths. And then go ahead and drop to those knees. Reach your left arm up. Bring your right fingertips to the floor. Bring the hand behind the nape of your neck. And rotate and open your elbow up towards the sky. And I want you to tilt slightly over to the side towards that right hand. That's it. Inhale up through center. Exhale, other side. Good. Inhale, come all the way back up and make your way onto your buttocks. Bring your legs forward. I want you to just tap your legs, bending your knees one at a time. Tap, tap, tap those legs. Let's get some energy into those legs today. Some awareness in our feet. And we'll come into a hip opener here. This is a very deep hip opener. So just be mindful here. Bring your left shin parallel with the front edge of your mat. So your left shin is parallel. Your right foot steps high up and over. And this might be your pose today. Okay, so this is called Agni Stambhasana. It's called fire log pose. So you can stay here. Otherwise, flex your right toes, drop your right sit bone down, and come into this nice triangular position through your lower body. So from your knees to your groin, there's a nice triangle. And then sit up nice and tall, maybe even close your eyes and hug your feet and knees energetically towards each other. We'll stay here for 5 full cycles of breath. Try to allow yourself to ground. Soften a little bit through those hips. I know it's difficult. And as you exhale, bring your fingertips behind you and bring your feet nice and wide, mat width apart. Windshield wiper those legs side to side, relaxing through your hip. And let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So this time, right shin parallel with the front edge of your mat. Flex your foot, left foot steps high up and over. Flex your left toes. Now remember, you can stay here. Otherwise, bring that foot on top of the knee and drop that left hip, left sit bone down to the floor. So you can see there's some space between my knee and the floor here, or my knee and my foot. So I do have a block handy, so I can place that underneath, and that just gives a little bit more stability. And then hug in through your hands towards your feet. Agni Stambhasana, fire log pose. Creating a little bit of fire in the belly today. Strengthening the legs and now stretching through the hips. Breathe evenly and deeply. This music is by Barry Goldstein. It's pretty intense music, but it is a yoga sequence playlist. He also has beautiful kind of heavenly music if you want to check it out on Spotify. Barry Goldstein. And then nice and slow, remove the block if it's there, lean back, bring the soles of your feet to the earth, and windshield wiper those legs left and right. Nice and easy here. Good, and let's take a forward fold here. Straighten your legs out, Paschimottanasana. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold. 5 full cycles of breath. Belly is toning here to support your back. Good, now rolling up. Let's play a little bit here. So I want you to bend your knees. Now, if you're like me and you have a sensitive tailbone, I want you to double up your mat and sit on that or on a blanket. Bring your peace fingers to your big toes. Peace fingers to big toes, knees open wide. And then go ahead and straighten one leg out to the side. And up. That's it. Press through the heel. And let's try the other side. Now you can keep alternating side. That's it, Craig. You can alternate side to side or try both. Engaging your core, straightening your legs, and lifting your chest. Take a few breaths. That's it, Maggie. Do the best you can. That's it, Linda. Nice, Deborah. Take one more breath here. And exhale, bend the knees slowly. Bring the soles of the feet together and rest forward fold here. Knees wide, Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. 5 full cycles of breath. Inhale, slowly climb up. Bring your knees together. Walk your feet slightly forward. Now I'm going to give 2 different options here for a little bit of core stability to finish our seated practice. So you can bring your elbows behind you and come to that position. Bend your knees and lift your feet up. Or you can come into a higher variation of boat pose. Lifting through your toes, reaching through your arms, and engage your core. Good. Now if you're here or on your elbows, I want you to straighten your legs and lower into low boat. And then come up into high boat. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, high boat. Exhale, reach through your toes. As Natasha would say, sparkle your toes. Reach through your toes. Inhale up, exhale, reach. Keep going, a couple more. Last 2. Last 1. Feet to the mat. Oh, I felt that in my back. Wow, my back muscles were firing up. Bring your hands to your elbows and rest your forehead down. And nice and slow, let's go ahead and lie on back. Lay down. And I'm just going to guide you into an intentional energy practice here. So lay on your back, and you might have to look up at me to see what I'm doing or what I'm describing. But when you lay down on your back, I want you to, I call this joggle. I don't know what else to call it, but my toes are pointing and flexing, and it's moving my whole body. And I'm resting on the earth, and I'm just joggling my body. If you can come up with a better word at the end of practice, I want to hear it. I can't think of a better word than joggle. But this is an energy practice that just helps really align the energy through your whole body, releasing stress or tension. And let your head and neck be really relaxed here. So your head is just going along for the ride. Couple more breaths here. If you want to make a funny sound, you can let it out. Good, and then slow it down and pause. Now this might be the beginning of your Shavasana, but if you still feel you want to move a little bit, take a spinal twist to complete your practice. But if you feel ready, then Shavasana is open to you. Those twists are really great ways to decompress and decongest the spine. And then get comfortable and cozy. So if you have socks at home or a blanket, you can place that over you, or put your socks on or a sweater. Let your body now be really heavy. You can imagine maybe sandbags on your ankles, on your hips, on your shoulders, gently grounding you to Mother Earth. And through this time, I think it's really imperative that we connect to our Mother Earth. And let her refill your energy, refuel your entire energy body. We can literally draw energy from the earth into our bodies. Similarly, we can draw light and higher vibrations of energy from the heavens or from whatever your belief system is, the universe. Taking the next few cycles of breath to breathe into that ujjayi, ocean-sounding breath. It's an audible exhale. Nice and slow. Inhale. Stretch your arms up and overhead. Reach through your fingers. Reach through your toes. Point and flex your feet. Rotate through your wrists. Maybe point the toes, external rotation on the legs, and then internal rotation by bringing the tippy toes towards each other. So let the toes fall open deeply and then draw them towards each other. Open and towards each other. And do that one more time. Open and then towards each other. And then nice and slow, bend your knees. Make your way onto your side body, resting in fetal position for a moment. And then make your way all the way up to complete our practice in a seated posture of your choice. I really like this position of bringing one heel in towards the groin and the other heel towards the opposite foot. So both heels are energetically pointing up and you're sort of on the tops of your feet. And then bringing your arms out to the side. And since this practice was a little bit more on the yang portion or the masculine, I want to offer you two different options for mudra to really sort of honor that energy. So the first option is bringing your left palm face up, and you bring your right hand into a fist with your thumb extended, and you bring your fist on top of your palm. So as you can see, this is a very strong kind of symbolism through your hands. So you can do this one, or you can do this other one called Hakini Mudra, where you bring your fingertips to touch. And it's like if someone was in a boardroom and they were concentrating, they bring their fingertips to touch. You'll see people do this often. So you can take either of those mudras, whichever one resonates for you today. And I want you to take 5 slow, deep breaths into that mudra of choice. And just honor its kind of spiritual imprint on your body, noticing what it is that this particular mudra brings into your awareness. And then go ahead and bring your hands into Anjali Mudra, prayer position, and allow yourself to bow forward. The light in me bows and honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for your time and your energy. Just gonna pause.